So I'm sending 126 books off to be graded by CGC. Am I crazy? Maybe. Let's see it up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hello, panelologists. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. And before we get started, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the description of this video for links to my eBay store, my email, Instagram, whatnot, all that great stuff. You know what to do. So in this video, I'm going to go through a little bit of the process of sending books out to CGC. I am sending out 126 books all in one shot to CGC. Usually I send out 25 at a time. You know, I get a group of 25, and if you've seen my unboxings, it's usually, unless it's high value stuff. So this is 5 25s and one. And the reason, there are a couple of reasons that I'm sending that many books out at once. Number one, there's one unlimited value book. It's worth about $2,000, so unlimited value is $1,000 or more. So when that goes to CGC, the other 125 books go in the same box. The box is marked unlimited value, and it gets opened up right away by CGC, more so than other boxes. So basically, the other 125 books kind of tag along with the high value book to get processed into the system a little bit quicker. Number two, one of the submissions is a vintage 25 book vintage submission. And CGC is doing a special discount on vintage books submitted in the month of July. I'll probably get them back in November, but I mean, vintage has already been backed up a little bit. Many people think because they started grading pulps, but they are offering this special. It's now like mid-ish July that I'm sending out. So we'll see how long that takes, because there are some really fun books in there. And the third reason is shipping. You're spending less money per book to ship the books all in one fell swoop than even 25 at a time. So it will be a little bit interesting to see kind of the horse race as to which submission gets back in which order. I expect the unlimited value should come back first. The pre-screens would be after the modern, because there's one vintage, one modern, and 3 pre-screens, a 9.6 and 2 9.8. So let's take a look at like me finishing off the processing of these books to go out to CGC. This is in part my absolute disaster of a comic room, but we have here my 2 presses. So I have a book coming out of the press here, and I got my metal sheets, and I have my stack there. Now when I stack my prepare my stack for pressing, I do a little something different. Here's a confession. I reuse not that it's expensive, but it's just a pain in the neck to cut. I reuse the parchment paper. And what I do is I have 3 backer boards on top, and I put 2 pieces of parchment paper between those 3 backer boards, so that then those are the 2 pieces of parchment I use for the next pressing. And we use backer board, and then this parchment gets recycled, and we have an amazing Spider-Man 316. Newsstand, this was a lot rougher when I got it. It's still not perfect, but I'm thinking 8590, and it probably was like a 6.5 when I got it. So this is one of the books that is going in the submission. Now here, there's another part of the mess here with stacks and stacks of comics. Underneath, this really isn't heavy, but this is a full short box. And then we have this book. I think it's laid in there. Nice soft thing. And underneath this, these are all the comics. This is essentially my cold press. I just put the comics face to face and back to back underneath here when I'm finished with them, so they stay kind of tight. There are some embossed covers that obviously don't go in there. So we're going to take all these books, put them in a short box, then we're going to organize a CGC submission. Okay, so we have our short box of comics here, and then I have 5 different submissions. So these books aren't in order by submission. They're more or less in the order in which I press them. So I have vintage, modern. I have a 9.6 pre-screen, a 9.8 pre-screen that's 1999 and earlier, and then a 2000 plus pre-screen, 9.8. So, and then there's one other book. So we're just going to kind of go through here and carefully deal with the books. Now that's the wrong way. I want to start the other side, because that's the most recently pressed one. Not that it really matters, but so there's like a couple of parts to this. So there are about 125 books here. I might have miscalculated. Amazing Spider-Man 328. That is 328 is going in the 9.6 pre-screen. And 315 is going there as well. World of Warcraft, I think, is the same. I think some of these are second tries on a 9.6 pre-screen. Ultimate Fallout 4 is. Spider-Man 2099 is. I had a particularly harsh pre-screen. I only got 4 out of 25 back. Simpsons Comics and Stories, I only want this in a 9.8, I believe. No, it's here. I'm going to give it a shot. Sensational She-Hulk 34, also here, 9.6. Mask, 9.6. Miracle Man, #1. I should have 2 copies of that. New X-Men, 114. Actually, I have 3 copies of that. Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, this is a lot of repeat. Omega Men 3 and Spider-Man India. So those, you know what, it was not so much that they failed last time, but the last time I sorted these, I had, kind of put them in order. So, Green Lantern 25. Now that a 9.6 pre-screen. I got 3 9.8s on that back recently. So this is vintage. This is vintage. Hawkman 4, and I did put a note. It says here, please be careful with the crease when opening the front cover. So this crease down here is a little brittle. So it doesn't hurt to draw their attention to it. Marvel Team Up 95, Thor 225. This is a Mark Jewelers. Miracle Man 1 back here. I don't think I have any other Miracle Man 1s. No, just these 2. Airboy. Where the heck is Airboy? Oh, Airboy is just the modern. Right? Superman Batman 22. That should be in the 9.8 here. Yep. Stormwatch 4. That's been a book that first was it Apollo and I forgot the other guy's name. Ex Machina. I think that's a 9.8 pre-screen. It is it's 9.6. Or it's just, where is Ex Machina? Ex Machina. Okay, that's what I thought. Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Old Man Logan, I have 2 of these. Wolverine 66. From 2 different collections. Gen 13. Number 12 is just in the modern pile. I'm rolling the dice on that one. Catwoman 58 with this Adam Hughes Zatanna cover. Not a book with a ton of value, but I just really like it. I think it's underappreciated. 9.8 pre-screen. Ultimate X-Men, 9.8 pre-screen. Batman 423, this should be modern. Yep. Flash 110, first Kid Flash. And Green Lantern 20. First meeting of the 2 Green Lanterns. And then Shang-Chi Special Marvel Edition 15. Vintage. Take out another stack. Ooh, that's cool. There's some fun stuff in here. I want to be careful. Let's fishing these. Okay. G.I. Joe 21 Modern. No. Oh, yeah, 21. Fear 19. First Howard the Duck. This is a sharp copy. I also have other lists that have what I think the approximate grades are. So when I get I reference that when I get back. X Factor 6 First Apocalypse, 9.6 pre-screen. New Mutants, new X-Men 114. That is a 9.8. So I should have another one of those. Amazing Spider-Man 30. Oh, this is tumbled in value since the Madam Web movie. Another of this one. This, I have 3 of these. Which one is this? I think, yeah, this is the one from that collection. That's just modern. Yep. Polaris. Great Steranko cover. Spider-Man 2099 here. Star Wars 1, we have 2 of those. Those are both in modern. Hardware, I think that's a modern. This is the Platinum. They did that with, I don't know if they did that with the other things, the other Milestone book, just number 1. I know there's a static. Silver Surfer, number 44. Brightest Day, number 4. Goes here. Toxic Avenger 1. Batman 155, First Penguin. This is just a pretty sharp copy. I thought of Detective 265. And then Johnny Quest 1. That is a nice book. Okay, let's get him some more. Amazing Spider-Man 601. I think that's just in the modern. It does have a couple spine ticks, even if it comes back not a 9.8. 607 is in a 9.8 pre-screen. First Lady Deadpool, Mark with a Mouth, 9.8 pre-screen. Batman and Robin, First Professor Pig. Scar, Son of Hulk, 9.8 pre-screen. X-Men 115, should just be modern, right? Nope. 9.6 or better. Power Girl 1. This is a variant, the Adam Hughes. Iron Man 120. It's modern. 9.6 pre-screen. So I guess a particularly nice copy. All-Star 58. Modern. This is a very nice copy. I'm hoping for a high grade on this one. DC Superstars 11. Uncanny X-Men 121, or just X-Men 121. Action Comics 775. There are 2 of these. There's a first print and a second print. I think this is the first. Flash, number 1, first Wally West issue. Green Arrow, number 1. Yep, 9.8 pre-screen. And Action Comics 598. I do have a couple of those. That's the first Checkmate, which maybe. Venom 3. Oh, this is not part of this because this is signed. So I just put this in here. If I do a signature verification, that's where this will go. And I have to check with that long box, short box. Hold on. Let's just move over here and make sure we don't want the books to get bent over in the short box after we press them and get them ready to ship out. So that's going to go back into the cold press. This is the second print. Second print doesn't have the date underneath it. And the 598, there's another one of those. Actually, 2. There's a second one, right? I already have that in a hopper. This is Wonder Woman, 9.8 pre-screen. Superman 317 should be a modern. Yep. Marvel and DC Present. Yep, 9.6. Detective 575. 9.8. Daredevil 183. 9.8. Teen Titans 12. Oops. 9.8. Ren and Stimpy Show newsstand number 1. Ren. And Black Hawk 113. This is the prototype of Mr. Freeze. This predates Batman 121. What else? Let's take out the next batch. This is the Action 598 newsstand. X-Men 191. That's the first Nimrod. This is Batman 139. This is a lower grade. And another, be careful of the fragility of book. Back cover is tear about halfway up left side, which could chip off. Bottom left. I already lost like Robin's leg there. But still, for what I pay for it. Swamp Thing one is vintage. Zorro number 3, First Lady Rawhide is here, as is another Gen 13 number 12. Biker Mice from Mars. Biker is a 9.6 pre-screen. Star Trek 1 newsstand. That does have value. 9.8 pre-screen. Marvel 2 and 152. It's first Crossfire. Is that a 9.8 pre-screen? Yeah. So that was that nice. Earth 2 number 19. Who's there? Planetary. Planetary is from the 90s. Green Lantern 49. I don't know if I'm getting in the way or not here. New Mutants 98. This was my PC copy, I believe. Yeah, because it's the most recent one. It's not. All-Star Squadron 1 is a 90 pre-screen? Yes. Oh no, that's a modern. I'm sorry. 237. 237. Where's Amazing Spider-Man 237? Oh, there it is. And G.I. Joe 53. Now, I do have 2 of these listed. I think I have to make a substitution. Amazing Spider-Man 122. 121. 101. These are some good vintage books. 300. That's just in a modern. Now, this is the special one. 129. That is going in its own separate. That's high value. Another 300. That's pretty good. Detective 585, first Ratcatcher. Deadpool Corps number 3. That's the first Dog Pool. Do I not have this? Oh, Prelude to Deadpool Corps. Okay, yeah, 9 pre-screen. Uncanny X-Men 239. Mr. Sinister. Uncanny 239. 9.6 pre-screen. Ren and Stimpy Show. At a newsstand. PQR. I don't have a newsstand. This is a direct. I don't think I have this anywhere. We'll double check. Oh, this is nice. Batman 232. Beautiful cover. First Reginald Cool. This is from this recent collection that was just giving in spades. Platinum. Modern. 340. Modern. 251. Wolverine 1. That is modern. New Mutants 98. This one is so nice. I'm putting it in a 9.8 pre-screen. Hopefully it'll bump me up. Another Hawkman 4. This one is gorgeous, except it's pop the bottom staple. Otherwise, I think it'd be like an 8.5. Sentry number 1. That's 2000s. And we're getting close to the end. I'll just take the rest of the books now. Batman 244, classic Neil Adams. Long Shot 1, I know that I just did. First Thanos. This, I think I did as a 9.6 pre-screen. There might be there's a little scratch up there. Old Man Logan is going over here. X-Force is going over here. That's the bloody variant. What If Planet Hulk is here. 90 pre-screen. Batman 251, a second copy. I have to differentiate between those two. I think one has deeper spine ticks, yeah. They're both about the same grade, and I don't think it's an upgrade. Lady Bullseye Dodson variant. Daredevil 111 is a 9.8 pre-screen, I believe. Yes, that was a clean one. ASM 361, 9.6 pre-screen. It's also pretty dark on. Joker 1 is modern, right? Yeah. DC Comics Presents is modern. X-Men 107. X-Men 107 is modern. This is, I believe, modern 316 newsstand. And this Action Comics 1, because I made a mistake with the G.I. Joe, I think that's going to have to go here. Okay, so hopefully I have 25 of each of these. So then I have to just put them in the order that they're listed alphabetically and numerically on each of the lists. Now, this one solo Punisher book is going to go, that gets double bagged and boarded. Top Comic Pressing does this in a Golden Age bag.
so that it's double protected. And I don't tape up any of the bags, because they just cut them open. It makes it easier for them to get it out if you don't tape it. So that's the Unlimited. These are my notes. So this will go in here with the Punisher. And I'll probably also like maybe tape that to a piece of cardboard just to have it ready to go. It's, you know, even in fumbling around with it, it's not going to get messed up. Let's do this. All right. I think they're okay. First bag. There we go. So, and also the declared value I have. So I actually bring these to the LCS and he sorts them for me. So now I have to organize these. I had to go downstairs and pick up the 2 embossed covers because I hadn't had those in the cold press. So now all the piles are separated and they're in order. I do have to reprint a few of these lists because there were mistakes. I had to replace a book because I had one book listed twice on one of the lists, and I had to change something. What did I change? Ooh. Okay, so this is the 5 25 book submissions, each with the information taped to it. They're all taped together in a brick. You don't want to tape too tightly because you don't, especially on the spine side, you don't want to cause any stresses on the spine. The ASM 129 is in here. Very protected. So now I have to find a box and some bubble wrap to put all of this in, and we'll be ready to ship the stuff out. So what we have is our 5 packs of 25, and then we're going to take our high value book, put it here on top, and we're all set to go. We're going to bring this to the LCS, and it should be ready to ship off. So I'm going to have to make him a copy of each of the 6 lists in there, and that will be going off to my LCS, so because I deal with them with all my CGC submissions. So 126 books off to CGC. The packing is not the fun part, I'll tell you that much. So you see there the box that's ready to ship out. There are going to be, I guess, 6 upcoming videos with unboxings of these books. I'm looking forward to that. Fingers crossed, especially for the pre-screens. Those are always a little scary and a little dicey. But for me, I do like my 9/8. You know, for books, most of the books that are in those submissions, 9.4, 9.6, 9.2 don't really make sense. So the 9.8s, most of the books I'm pretty confident will get the 9.8. And there are always a couple of flyers I'm taking on there. So we'll see out of 25 how many I get back. It may depend on, we'll see if there's a difference. I don't know if it'll be different graders. Older books versus newer books. This is a James from Mint Hunter recommendation. Keep all the old books together and all the new books together. Because new books are going to look better because they're new, as opposed to a book from 1979 or something. So there are going to be a bunch of books available for sale, and a bunch of books are going to go into the PC, at least, for the time being. And I say that because, if I get them from a collection and it's a title I collect that I already have in my PC raw, I've only graded. There's one book here. Yeah, one of the 126, and I'll talk about that when it comes back, is only the second book from my
PC that I've ever submitted to CGC, a book that I was the original owner of. Books that I bought in the last few years, those are going out to CGC. And there are also some, some books that I already have CGC copies. If it's an upgrade, fine. If it's not, I'll sell the lower copy. So wish me luck that I get I don't get a grumpy grader, and we'll see when the books come back. I appreciate everybody for following along and watching my videos. If you're interested, there are a couple of other videos here, and this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.